So FaZe playing without information.
Which one?
And in fact,
I call it the gingivitis.
Temple, which means mid
I don't
is
know
wide
which one
open.
it is.
First contact is
I always
gonna be
forget the
Elige.
name. I have like different names in my head for the.
Great first map he had.
Yeah, Gold Tooth. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Pressure early on.
Well, dude, because you know what it is the IEM Boss one, guys, that was like battle scarred to shit, and all it was the Gold Tooth. So the whole thing looks wild.
As Carrigan arrives. Grenade to clear the smoke. And he somehow gets away behind the wall without much damage at all. As s1mple's flank will take the kill on Knock, leaving Nex at low HP in the middle of the site. Gonna go up to fr0m, and then the headshot will connect as FaZe take the pistol of Anubis.
Yeah, nice defense from FaZe. It got a little hectic.
Why are you picking? Oh, we just had this conversation. Brokey's played like absolute dog water, guys, for the last 6 months. He's not even going like above like a 1.0 rating with the op. That's why. You are a FaZe clan. If you are not in the finals and playing for finals, you are a failure. If your opper is playing in that fashion versus those teams, you have no chance.
Yeah, a lot of pressure put on that. Nexa and s1mple not able to work together to hold it.
I love Brokey to death.
Push. Now s1mple gets to wait.
He was 1 point. If your response to what I just said is he was 1.05 though, you literally proved my point. If that was your actually moment, holy fuck.
And pressure now being applied from BCG. They
yeah,
should be able to
okay.
get plant off this at the
That's
least.
horrible, dude. You can't be doing that.
Buys himself time with some utility.
Thank you. Yes, you're right. Okay, sorry. 1.05.
Back up and s1mple.
You can't be doing that.
2 kills to the CT.
You're not getting anywhere close.
It took so long. The bomb was like the last player getting into this A bomb site. So smoke's all clear. There's no cover. Knock has to get aggressive to create the freedom, and only able to get one. Prime tap sitting way far back.
Yeah, not going to be given too many opportunities, you would imagine. And he's just going to bide his time. Some utility dropping in front of him as well. Prime taps, gets his feet wet in the fountain. Elige to go down first. Second offered up, but fr0m comes in.
You're splitting the dumbest hairs right now, and you're probably bald with this comment.
3 max.
But they can't even enter and even have a chance if they don't make this kind of move.
Good things happening for 3D Max, allegedly. Opening kill for fr0m. s1mple now stepping out in towards middle. He likes against that pistol. Takes a dink. Doesn't shy away from the fight. Waits for Cypher to turn the corner.
Came from that general vicinity.
Should have known. Brazilians have a certain flair to the yelling and celebration.
Yeah,
so
there wasn't a French accent.
I think Elige for FaZe to be better needs to be more consistent. For them.
Definitely Brazil.
But I also think it's difficult because people are expecting him to kind of fix.
And FaZe incomplete.
You then took that player and then you replaced him with a borderline lurker in fr0m.
Cypher looking to fight Carrigan in the water.
fr0m does not play like that. He does not excel in that style. And now you've put that pressure onto Carrigan and Rain is what happened.
We've got Cypher. It's going to be a pivotal fight.
I guess just, you need that a little bit.
Can Cypher get an extra kill before going down here? He looks away. Flash goes up into the site. Goes back into the peak.
Oh my dude, the Elige sprays, man, when he's on.
Mouse one and a double kill to set up FaZe
He
for this
just
retake
makes that
attempt.
shit look like
5 rounds in a row. s1mple comes
oh,
back
nice shot. Oh, I'm not even mad. That was sick.
From s1mple.
That was
that's
sick.
A nice sequence. What quick transfers.
It's going to be Elige pushing into middle, coming away with a free kill, and if they want to try and trade him, they've got to come into the AWP that's waiting for them.
Yeah, you got to sense that too on the other side. That aggression is being executed by Elige, but there's going to be a second piece to that to provide some safety for it. So wisely, nobody goes for an
It's weird though that they went for fr0m. They knew him and Robs didn't work well together since the Mouse days. I think, bro, like it's hard. For FaZe, they had to, similar to why they got Elige. One, he's aggressive. They needed more aggressive players, but two, they needed. You just sometimes have to get the best players available.
Another miss shot from s1mple. This time spam down, and Elige can't bail him out of it.
Like there weren't many better players. Like fr0m might not necessarily work sometimes with that team when they were together, but he was still
here for BCG.
Skill-wise, pretty winnable situation.
There's a reason why they were in finals for a minute there while it was clicking.
3-on-2 in the favor of FaZe, but you know where both players are. You know exactly where the bomb is. Your two players, Elige and s1mple, have done tons of work. Carrigan backs off to some safety, but loses the fight.
What?
Nice and clean at the end from fr0m.
What the fuck is that?
BCG fight their way into a competitive position. And
what the flying fuck is that?
split being
I remember
right now
we
for
were like
BCG.
reviewing the game a little bit because that was during I think one of our big boy qualifiers.
Down though, so the bomb is now alone. Carrigan to take Cypher down inside
And
a
I didn't know what had happened in the round, and Austin was like, "Do you know what Cooper did in the middle of the match the other day?" I was just like, "Nah, what do you mean?" He's like, "Dude, load it up for a second. It'll be hilarious." He didn't tell me shit. I just watched
to make it work without utility, with nothing flying over the wall from the other side.
Because I was up mid.
Just a casual stroll. So next, the last remaining. He does at least have the bomb, but Skulls has been chilling over
fucking,
the
he's like, I
this
got
entire
this
half
shit.
without a whole lot to do, so he's still there. And I'm just saying, you're a stand-in and you've played with these guys for like 3 days. I'm going to see if you guys can hold on to a bomb site together.
Well, quick hill from Assassinito. Assassino onto a Liege. An opening kill for BCG to work with. They're going to try and respond quite quickly by just going into the A site. So Skulls is going to have to come back and try and deal with pressure from 2 sides, and that's going to be rough. So he calls Frozen over to try and help him. And
Oh, that's
such
a nice kill.
At heaven, and a shot chiming in. He's going to get back behind the cover. Skulls
He
going
went
down.
back to the molly, bro. I love s1mple, man.
This is going to keep FaZe at least ahead on the player count.
12
Nexus
and
still has
2.
a shot at unraveling this back, and
yes.
s1mple's aware of that possibility.
I'm so happy right now.
Might swing oh, that's beautiful. Just slides out. Immediate dink and clean up. Never a chance for
It's not perfect. I'm not going to fully go and say he's fully back. But, dude, I'm just glad he's hitting. You know what I mean?
Bomb, but Kerrigan cutting
he's
off
hitting hard.
Kerrigan's got the most HP, though. If this fight goes south, FaZe is in
like,
trouble. Thankfully,
the game will be so much more
7-1 is your
enjoyable with s1mple being relevant in the game.
s1mple.
You wouldn't say that to him on LAN? Hell no, I wouldn't. I'd say, bro, you're looking good. Nice hair.
Carrigan up next.
Damn right, I wouldn't say shit to Nico on LAN. You're fucking crazy. That's why I'm saying it here, dumbass.
The bomb rolls to his feet. Carrigan shutting them down. And his prime taps 1v5, and he's stuck at A main. Is that smoke
fucking stare at my shoes and say, have a great day, Mr. Nico.
I know it's not a save, but that calls for some Kerrigan sirens. Give it to me.
I don't even think it's intense enough of a game to bring it out.
No, it really isn't. He's just chilling. Alish doesn't give him the fight, but Assassinito knows he's got the space.
And somebody keeps asking me about Robs. Robs is doing great, bro, but the problem that Robs is going to run into all the time is that he's second fiddle over there, and yeah, he's not really.
Step up, but Alish is looking right at him, still loses the
Not
fight.
that Robs is bad. I think you dramatically underestimate how dominating Donk is still.
Yep, that's the same feeling I got.
He's just suffering from success. That's all Robs has got going on.
Right now. And this is BCG having to retreat away from the
s1mple
hot
is
hand of
16
s1mple.
and 2, ladies and gentlemen.
When you watch him playing and when you watch his
16
movement
and
as he
2.
builds into a round, builds into a sequence, into this triple
We are
kill.
so
The
back.
momentum
He is
growing
farming
for
them at
s1mple.
A. He looks comfortable. He's moving nice. He's
Site, but
already at
smoked off.
B.
He'll have to reposition, not clearing out the corners before planting.
We're flowing nicely. The flanks in.
Prevent that from going down altogether.
We're faking footsteps. Let's go.
He's going to go out into the open, Frozen to drop him. And look, that big smile on his face. s1mple having a performance he can be proud of right now. Changing up his positions, being unpredictable. Oh, comes off the ledge, and he still gets away with it. Of course he does. Of course he gets away with it. Carrigan to get domed by the Tech 9, though.
Why Rain didn't leave. He child raindrop number 2. Child number 2 is on the way, so he's
destroyed you in middle.
He stayed home.
Here this round, it's usually been aggressive. Alish is just like, I'm just
He'll be there for the major, though.
Go find out what's happening. Next up meets up with them. An awkward clash, awkward engagement. Next up comes out on top again. Back-to-back rounds, he's beat Alish in a heads-up duel.
Let's see if he can get at least one here. Skulls, clean headshot, couldn't get the second. Missed shot from s1mple.
Hypothetically, if FaZe made it and played Liquid on stage,
Frozen elsewhere stands the test.
I think people would cheer more for FaZe than they would Liquid.
That's a very patient Frozen, which Taps might be frustrated by, because Frozen's just like, I'm not budging until the bomb actually gets planted. At that point, he gets the kill. He knows what's going on. So s1mple and Frozen rotating back around. They've got a crossfire close up on this retake when they arrive.
Frozen clears out Nexus. s1mple ready to close the round, and he'll absolutely do it.
A pair of hot hands for FaZe here on Anubis.
Yeah, rough game right now for BCG. Here they go, trying to walk into B, but the smoke clears, and Carrigan and Frozen
dude.
with a double kill. Frozen.
All right.
s1mple's off beside him too if required, but right now it's not. 14-1 as Frozen continues to rack up kills. Cypher waiting inside of Connector.
Well, if you want him to learn how to play an after plan, Kerrigan, give him a couple.
Yeah, let them get the bomb down. Prime taps, waiting inside of the smoke. It'll fade away. Carrigan's got the kill, knew exactly where he would be. And now Cypher just cowering away. He'll step into the open.
Kerrigan's going to say something for sure. For sure.
11-1,
right
man.
Now, just a smile and a fist bump. 11-1. Everything that needs to be said was said inside the server. Okay, he's feeling it now. He's gotten some swagger in his step. Great game from s1mple so far, obviously, and a good sign for FaZe, and a good sign for Counter-Strike if you want to see s1mple's resurgence.
We got Cypher diving down behind. Kerrigan and Elige, a couple of kills between them. Prime Taps makes his way into the back of the bomb site. Nice shot before going down to Elige. So plant secured. And we're looking at map.
Holy shit, dude. Calm down, FaZe.
Convert this.
Calm down, guys.
As well, spotted out. Can't get the kill clean, so f0m
slow down.
Coming. Looking for the other and spots him. Now information.
One's pointing out f0m's KD.
They know
dude,
exactly
chill,
what's
man.
happening.
Gonna jinx him?
Knock taking a couple of steps closer to the
See
side.
the other team name? No.
Tucked away, will peek out with a headshot, and Nexa doing what he can.
It's had to have been a chaotic event for them to arrive to, and not putting their best foot forward is BCG. It's not the loss, it's the style of the loss. It's
that looked like he might have got the lineup for a second, then he didn't.
When they eventually unplug their mouse and keyboard.
The star is almost alive.
Maybe just a little bit more life left in them as Nexa and Knock
MP9 round
together, putting on f0zn for the 1v2. It's not going to be the case as we look at another round win for
MP9
BCG.
is just so crazy, bro. The great equalizer.
Well, let's see what the Tech-9s and Deagles can do. Not going to come in for a peek headshot angle.
Oh, well, Elige just got the 8-man entry.
First kill, 5-on-4, AK recovered. And it's on the guy who just cracked open Mirage with opening after opening.
Bro just simply walked into A-main with a Tech-9 and eviscerated him. I heard 3 Tech-9 shots and he got an AK. What the fuck? Bro, there was no... The flash came after it.
Complete rotation for BCG.
He said, give me that shit.
At this A-bomb site.
He just walked in A-main, smacked him, and took the AK.
FaZe just as they're lined up to attack into the B-bomb site. They have completely fooled and outplayed BCG. I was going to say they have them beat, but a smoke to delay is actually massive. And now the flank around.
And around the backside, FaZe trying to get involved in these fights. The AK-47 of Elige, Kerrigan's Tech-9. There's still a world in which FaZe close this now.
But BCG can't possibly know if they've left, so Prime Taps has got to go back to the B bomb site. Kerrigan is going to make a little bit of noise.
What?
That's going to leave Nexa alone in
bro,
a 1v2
they don't see on the map what we saw, which is the entire team left the bomb site and shifted to A. So that's usually kind of,
Nexa,
you know,
off the bricks,
if they saw that, they might have done that.
Yeah, Liquid's just, they have like the nightmare bracket of like you're playing mirror matches against your former teammates the whole way through the bracket.
Yeah, well, Cypher charging through the smoke in
I'd
middle.
Be so annoyed.
Get Elige, but gets traded by
That's
f0zn.
actually crazy.
4v4 established as f0zn
Bro is
goes
plugging
and changes
hard.
that fact. Kerrigan follows up. Sassanito and Knock looking to try and keep their team alive for a moment longer, but it has to be a massive recovery.
He got his, true. You know he typed got mine.
Realize it, but the A-bomb site is wide open. There's nobody home.
No.
So if they push
They're fishing for info.
The
they have the
smoke,
idea.
Kerrigan gets the information. That's an easy kill. And now it doesn't matter where the last player is. You've got a 3-on-1 everywhere you go. So FaZe going to step forward into the A-bomb site with a flashbang from Kerrigan. Bomb will get planted. Knock far, far away, basically in another galaxy.
All done, man.
Plenty of utility, but what are you going to do with it?
Actually, I was supposed to say Sassanito. I've heard a lot of people pronounce it that way.
Kerrigan goes back to close it out.
Sassanito. I don't think he minds too much one way or the other.
It doesn't matter. It looks like Kerrigan should be taking this, but not the case.
I hate that angle that Kerrigan played.
Skulls and s1mple, the two stand-ins for FaZe, and it will be Skulls to close it out. It is BCG's death in Dallas at the hand of the Undertaker. s1mple with a recovery performance on day 2 here for FaZe. They go 1-1 in the IEM Dallas.